coisas. Hi, I'm Chris and I write stuff. Welcome to the stream. Bem-vindo ao stream. Esse é um stream bilíngue. Espero que vocês estejam todos bem seguros. E eu vou fazer a recapitulação daqui um pouquinho. Vamos esperar as pessoas chegarem. This is a bilingual stream. I hope you are all well and safe. And we are going to do the recap in a little bit. If this is your first time here, um, this is a writing stream and I write my novel, so the word count goal for the month is down here. Essa é a primeira vez aqui, esse é um stream de escrita e eu escrevo o meu livro. O objetivo de escrita tá aqui, né, embaixo. Ok, então a gente vai fazer a recapitulação. No episódio anterior. So, in the previous episode, as it doesn't seem like anyone, no one talked to me yet, like it's earlier today. We are going to start with Portuguese. It's Brazilian Portuguese. It's my first language. So, como ninguém falou comigo ainda, a gente vai começar com português. Português brasileiro é minha primeira língua. Então, se essa é a sua primeira vez aqui, essa é uma história que envolve universos. Hi! You arrived just in time for the recap, the Maxi Olomen. How are you doing? Are you alright? Welcome! Since you're the first person who talked to me, I'm going to switch it up. I think I'm going to do the recap in English. Então, já que alguém fala comigo, eu acho que eu vou trocar. Eu vou fazer a recapitulação em inglês. Um, so, hi Ross! Hi! Welcome. You both. What's your name? You can see it in the username. Chris. And Chris, hello. So the actual recap. If this is your first time in the stream, I am a Brazilian writer and I write science fiction. This story is about a time agent who is trying to help a historical figure that isn't doing what she's supposed to do to get back on track. Thank you for the hosting, Ross. You're awesome. Thank you very much. So the protagonist, 581 Blue 23, comes from a little village in the end of the universe, way after the stars have gone out. So the little village is called Hope. It's established in an asteroid at the end of the universe, and its mission is to actually help the last civilizations going on in, in the universe to live out their days gracefully, their last days gracefully, as the universe stops being able to support life as we know it. Um, and 5H1 Blue 23 doesn't join this mission. She actually falls in love with the Age of the Stars and joins a group of time travelers called the Destiny Central. Mm, But soon after she joins the ranks, a big paradox happens and raises most of the agents from history. So the story is about um, they are trying to map the multiverse, and she's trying to help Katarina, who after the paradox is not doing quite what she's supposed to do. Katarina from Universe 1 is someone who works with technology and actually is supposed to be doing some important development. Kat- in this book, each book is a different subgenre, and in this book, we are working with Catalina from Universe 3. She is a gentleman thief, like Carmen San Diego, sorta. She steals stylishly, not because she needs it. So, last episode, we made a quick disguise scene. Katarina from University is running away from the police, so she disguised herself as a young technician. And um, she manages. This episode, the expectation is that we actually write a little more about um, the side scenes that are not so important to the plot. Então, so I'm going to repeat what I just said in Portuguese. So, se esse é o seu primeiro stream, essa história a gente escreve ficção científica aqui, é uma história sobre universos paralelos. É sobre uma agente do tempo tentando ajudar uma figura histórica que saiu dos trilhos. Né? Depois aconteceu um grande paradoxo, e depois do grande paradoxo, a Catarina do universo 1 não está cumprindo o papel histórico dela. E a trama é sobre ajudar a Catarina a voltar a fazer as coisas que ela deveria fazer, né? E, e é basicamente a gente tem o universo 1, que é a Catarina, figura histórica importante, e a gente está tentando aprender sobre ela olhando os paralelos de outro universo. Então a gente, esse livro está lidando com o universo 3, em que a Catarina Malara, ela cai em San Diego, ela rouba não porque ela precisa, um, mas porque ela tem estilo, né? Ela rouba estilisticamente. E a gente, no episódio anterior, a gente lidou com uma cena de disfarce rápido, em que a Catarina se disfarçou e escorregou por baixo do nariz da polícia, né? E nesse stream a gente deve trabalhar com outras cenas parecidas, de tipo, algumas cenas entre o enredo, assim, e depois entrar no plot do universo 1, que é a Catarina tentando pegar os traidores que estão na empresa dela. Um, Ross, I think you're speaking German to me. I don't know the language, so I only bilingual. Ross, sorry. Um, so we are going to attempt to write about 1,000 words. I got a little head start, like for June. It was the bonus strings. Like I got my word count goal for May, and we did a little bit for June, and we should continue um, filling this progress bar right here. So we should actually be full by the end of the month. And Translate to love your string and see you in jars. Thank you, Ross. Thank you very much. Um, I see you in jars as well. Have you tried streamed somewhere? Like, um, I haven't actually managed to catch one of the streams. I am looking forward to it. So, to repeat the last part em português. Essa barra de progresso aqui é a barra de progresso de maio, né? E a gente deve encher a barra, né? Até o fim de. A barra de progresso de junho. A gente encheu a de maio e começou a de junho em maio. Então a gente deve encher a barra até o fim de junho. O objetivo é 300 mil palavras. I should shout out some channels like Ross is a writing channel. Ross script writing. I shout out channels every possible writing channels every possible time I can because I think writers support each other and that's part of like if you support one of us you support us all. So Ross is a writing channel. He's planning to stream on July 4th. So I'm looking forward to it. And he was referring channel Jarp. Jarp is also a writing channel. He streams every day about midnight Eastern Time. Um, Ross é um canal de escrita, Ross Script Writing, como o nome sugere, é um canal de escrita de scripts. E o Jop é um. Você pode seguir ele aqui no chat, né? E o Jop, o canal que ele mencionou, é um canal de escrita que sempre tá on a 1 da manhã, né? Se a gente ficar tarde o suficiente, a gente consegue dar uma rede neles. Então, calma aí. So, hang on. Let me actually grab your link first so I can properly shout you out. I have no bots as of yet, but I think I should set one up soon for the shout out. So this is Ross stream and let me fish Jarp's link. This is Jarp's stream. So here's some cool writers to follow. I pretty much like I totally support them. They are awesome. I think they're awesome. So, back to writing because I should be writing. Hoje eu acho que eu vou fazer vou focar mais em cenas intermediárias, sabe? Acho que eu ando pensando muito na lua. A gente tem essa piada recorrente que a Catarina quer chegar até a lua. E aí eu tava pensando em cenas alternativas. A gente vai trabalhar nelas hoje. Catarina. Alternativas. Moving the camera. Just the camera. Okay. There are general shout out writers who are online also. Haben writes is online. And he's awesome. So if you guys can check him out. And Idoriko is online. And she is awesome. And she is a Brazilian manga artist. As cenas aleatórias, né, essas cenas são importantes porque elas geralmente, embora elas não sejam centrais para o enredo, geralmente elas preenchem o mundo. Ideias. Catarina. Alguma confusão. E rocha lunar. Era uma rocha lunar. Uma pedra da lua? Oh, tô. Vamos formar esse teste. 581, azul, 23. Franziu as sobrancelhas. Em confusão. Como uma gema? A pedra preciosa? Hum. Corrigiu Catarina. Como uma pedra da lua. Uma pedra que alguém foi até a lua, buscar. Eu quero uma. A moça de outro universo que já não estava entendendo nada, passou a entender menos ainda. Mas tem alguma utilidade de uma. Não, como uma pedra que alguém foi até a lua buscar. Uma rocha lunar. Eu quero uma. Uma pedra que vem da lua? Catarina deu de ombros. Suponho que é a mesma que alguns dos minérios equivalentes da. Uma pedra da lua dá pra comprar uma ilha, uma mansão e empregados. Uma pedra da lua que vem da lua. Bem-vindo, W Spider. Aliás, mas eu acho que você precisa provar que é da lua, não é? Quero uma. Bom dia. A Catarina também quer uma. A minha personagem. Catarina. Aqui é boa noite ainda. É noite de terça-feira. Em alguns lugares a terça-feira é Taco Tuesday, certo? Então feliz Taco Tuesday. Que é madrugada de quarta. Então feliz madrugada pra você. E como tá indo os escritos de fantasia? Eu não. Você conseguiu fazer outro stream desde então? Subi peças pro computador hoje. Yeah! Deu um trabalho do caracas. E acho que o problema de internet está quase resolvido. Sim! Se você tá assistindo, Devil Spide é um streamer português e ele faz stream de escrita. Muito bom o stream dele. Vão lá seguir o Devil Spide, porque vale a pena. So, um if you're watching this, like Devil Spidey is a Portuguese streamer and you should definitely follow him. He writes in English. His content is good. Hey buddy, I'm here. How I how I didn't miss too much of the party. This wide party. And no, like I don't know if it's a wide party, but thank you for being here, buddy. You are you're awesome and welcome and thank you for being here. I was just getting started, like we were discussing moon rocks. And here comes Birdie, late as usual. I didn't announce anything like to anyone that I was doing, so thank you for being here. Like this was a surprise and obvious, so thank you so much for being here. How is prompt night going? You were out walking your turtle, walking Sir Sheldon Tortuga the Third, right? How is Sheldon doing? And mm, so, oh, moon rocks. You were saying moon rocks could buy an island, Devil Spidey? Is that moon rocks or moonstones that can buy an island? Gonna be announced now. Sheldon is good, enjoying summer. Yay! Have a good prompt night. I'm writing like the the scenes, like I'm filling in the holes in my story. So we just finished a scene about quick disguises. Katarina from university spent like the whole scene disguised as a shy programmer guy, and she's lead right under the police noses. Um, but now we are filling in the gaps. Like Katarina really wants a moon rock, and we are writing that scene, hoping we we'll we will find out something more about this universe. Um, is it a ninja yet? The turtle? I hope so. If it's not so cute, like there are photos of it in Channel Drops Discord, like the coffee Discord. So do I need to shout out the link of the Discord? By the way, if you're watching this, Birdie is an awesome editor and she strings. You should definitely catch her string if you can. Prompt Night was good. We both wrote about aliens. You can share a link. Okay, I need to grab it. Hang on. I was mentioning to Giraffe the other day, like my character Catarina from Universe One doesn't like coffee at all. His Discord and his string all revolve around coffee. Catarina used to love it before the paradox, but now the paradox happened and she hates it. Like it's it's a bad reminder of a difficult day. So, but the Discord is awesome. So you guys should definitely check it out. The writing community here, like that you guys created, is really welcoming. So thank you for being so cool, you guys. Um, Minérios equivalentes da Terra. Hmm. No, I don't need a plug. I need an end dash, a red one, like this one. Mas tem alguma utilidade uma rocha que vem da Lua? Ok. Uma rocha que vem da Lua, Catarina deu de ombro, suponho que é a mesma que alguns minérios equivalentes da Terra. Talvez pai já tenha interesse em saber sobre esse negócio aí da pedra das rochas da Lua aí. Das pedras da Lua. São as pedras ou as rochas que são. Você tava falando aí do. Então você. ahn, Só sei que eu quero uma. Jus- Justiça. A Catarina também. Vocês se dariam bem. Grande ou pequena, não interessa. É, a Catarina também. Vocês se dariam bem. Devil Spidey is sharing my character obsession with moon rocks. Então você equivalente à Terra. Você tem alguma preferência quanto à composição de pedra da Lua? Alguns minérios equivalentes à Terra. Então você. Então para que você quer uma? Então para que você quer uma? Porque é da Lua. Eu não posso pegar um foguete e ir até a Lua na próxima terça-feira, posso? Então eu quero que você me traga um pedaço da lua até aqui. De volta até aqui. Hmm. While I think about it, I think we should update um, the progress bar because I think it moved. So, and I like progress. 16%. 16% of our goal for June is complete. Like we had 20,000 words right. I'm working on a chat bot. So soon you guys might be able to add to the word count to make me suffer. Então a gente tem 16%. 16% do objetivo de junho, que a gente tinha começado em maio, né? Eu tava falando, eu tô trabalhando num chatbot, num bot pro chat, pra vocês poderem me fazer sofrer enquanto eu não tenho um, pontos de canal, porque falta um, um tantinho pra ter pontos de canal. Precisa chegar em afiliado. Mas eu suponho que se vocês quisessem me fazer sofrer, vocês podiam falar mais 1.000 aí. I suppose if you guys could wanted to make me suffer by adding to the word count goal, you could simply type like plus 1,000. We actually like you. Don't want to see you suffer. Thank you, Marty. But I should give you the option in a little bit, like to add to the word counter. So the goal, because I think it's fun. And setting it up, it's not like maybe tomorrow it will be set up, but I make no promises because I am a mess of a person, and making promises is a bad idea. I only want a handful of people to suffer really. And I one of them, my hat's sliding off. It's cold. It's cold here. It's almost winter here. É verão aí em Portugal ou é inverno? Deve os pais. Is it in Alaska? I know it's summer, right? Let's not say anything and keep the suspense. Não posso pegar por um foguete e ir até a lua. Once you get to affiliate, you can have people spend points and add to the count. Yep, summer. Yay! That's why your turtle can walk around. Você me pega um pedaço da lua. Devíamos estar a caminho do verão, mas o tempo tem estado doido. Yeah, here too, like technically is autumn, but we have lots of flowers blooming, and the temperature, like lots of either really sunny days or really cold days. It'd be far too cold in winter. Yeah, fair enough. Our spring was not non-existence. In fact, the spring was winter. Yeah. Ooh, that sounds cold. Porque é da lua. Então eu não posso pegar um foguete e ir até a lua na próxima terça-feira. Posso? De volta tá aqui. Um, I hate cold. I don't. I ain't saying we have cold, but we don't actually have cold. Like, um, I think there's only a couple towns in Brazil where stuff actually freezes. So I never seen snow. I don't think my cold is like your cold. There's a trade-off. We get dengue fever that only happens because it's always warm, and in summer it melts like like the witch of the Wizard of Oz when exposed to water. It's seguinte entendedor. Fosse uma daquelas coisas. Necas de pitibiriba. Talvez fosse uma daquelas coisas culturais. 51 azul 23. Azul precisa do A. Maiúsculo. Azul 23 seguiu entendendo. Entendendo. Necas de pitibiriba. Talvez fosse uma daquelas coisas culturais que uma agente do tempo não tinha como entender sem ter passado uma quantidade considerável de sua vida completamente imersa. Ok. Não posso pegar um foguete. E um pensamento lhe ocorreu repentinamente. Uma rocha lunar? Perguntou ela. And have you ever seen a moon rock? Yes. In museums. Mm. So, a moon rock. like a moonstone. I want a moonstone. A moonstone like a precious stone? No, Katarina corrected. Like more like a rock. Someone went to the moon. Yes. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to translate when I need to translate to English. I'm glad to see you two are getting along. Yeah, Devil Spidey is awesome. Devil Spidey really is awesome. And I caught one of his streams some weeks ago, so it's really like yeah, it was really. I'm looking forward to the next one. Expecting like I'm waiting for him to solve his internet problem so I can see another thing. Today sober without insulting anyone. So, it's buffering. Tá carregando. Quando carrega, a gente faz o update da contagem de palavras. Eu acho que arredondou pra cima. 17%. 16,5% na verdade. Então 16,5%. É. So 16.5%. The number there lies. We don't deserve the 17%. Oh, something happened. Hang on. Giraffe! Hey! Welcome! And thank you for the host. Thank you so much for the host. Um, I heard there was a party happening. There is a party happening. Whoa! Thank you guys. You considered my stream a party. Thank you so much. Now that you guys are here, it is a party. There's only the cool kids here, like Davis Party, Channel Jar, Birdie, Ross was in here earlier, so that's what you do. I even have coffee. Yay! We are dealing with Katarina of University, so she doesn't mind the coffee, but we might actually, you might have to hide the coffee later because Katarina from Universe 1 gets upset. Thank you for the host, buddy. Thank you so much for the host. You are awesome. You guys are awesome. So many hosts. Thank you guys. Not only will I not hide the coffee, I will ensure she's forced to drink some. Well, she might steal one of Sovereign's guns and shoot you with it. How do you fancy spending like some decades of your life frozen in someone's shelf? Like because the city of Prague is dangerous. This is a risk we have to be willing to take. For coffee! But seriously, I can't imagine how someone lives without caffeine. So for this book, I looked up and turns out there are caffeine pills. Um, exactly, buddy. You, Katarina of Universe One, would approve of you. I like coffee. Personally, I like coffee. I apologize for anyone who might be offended by by my characters dislike coffee. But um, so to write this book, I looked up and turns out there are caffeine pills, and it's like why would someone take caffeine pills? I can't. What? Why? So Katarina takes caffeine pills, and I don't understand her. Wait, what? It, sorry, it just like I talked Giraffe into having one of his characters is like coffee. Woo! Let's make a duo of characters who dislike coffee. Katarina Catarina actually has a traumatic incident behind her dislike of coffee, and it's a theme in the book. It's going to come back in the last book. We consider that a character flaw. I don't know. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But there's a difference in English between moonstone and moonrock, right? Because I looking at this text and I'm thinking like in Portuguese you can say pedra da lua and it might be either. There is a difference. Moonstone is the precious stone, right? And moonrock is like a rock you find in the surface of the moon. Is that right, Birdie? Right. Okay. Whew. This is gonna be hard to translate then because in Portuguese it might be either. So this thing here I'm making a play on the ambiguity, like so that might be hard to translate because my character does not understand what Catalina would want with a moon rock. All I know about moonstone is that what she used to make the fairy evolve. I love like moonstone is a shine, moon rock is is shiny, moon rock is not. Yeah, moon rock could be like they both could be a variety of stuff, but moon rock I guess comes specifically from the moon, right? I don't know. I'm going to solve that. Um, if I'm not mistaken, a rock is much larger than stone. Yeah, I don't know about that. Is it? Se você. Sim, museus. Se você é você. 581 azul 23 fez um gesto vago. Not really, they are about the same. Boulders are big ones. Yeah, boulders are huge. Like that I know. Boulders can crush you. Rocks are the rough material, right? And stones are the cut ones. I don't know what's the difference between rock and stone. Se você é você, vocabulary lessons. Thank you guys for putting up for me. Mhm. That's thing. Bem, se você você. But anyhow, what's happening in this scene is like our protagonist is confused. Okay. Because he corrected your spelling. Our protagonist is confused, like about why the hell do you want to moon rock? And Katarina is like, I can't quite catch a rocket to the moon next Tuesday, can I? So I want you to bring me a piece of the moon here. And have you seen a moon rock? Yes, in museums. Well, if you're you, you are a thief. Why haven't you stolen it? Oh, I haven't stolen it because um it's not my brand. My brand is to steal art pieces with political intent behind it. So they are discussing like it would be um it wouldn't be on brand for Katarina to just pick a moon rock from the museum, from the space museum, just because. Você, Catarina, mistura perfeita entre frustração e divertimento. Não seria em consonância com a minha marca. Seria. É como eu digo, o primeiro rascunho não tem que estar bonito, ele tem que estar escrito. Você conserta depois. So, this phrasing that if you guys can read Portuguese, you thankfully can't um, appreciate, its messiness. It's is a mess. So, so it's like I said, the first draft doesn't have to be pretty; it needs to be written. We fix it later. Consonância com a minha marca seria, gente. Buenas noches, Alexandre. How are you doing? I missed you this week. Did you finish the paper? Alexandre is actually a scientist and he was writing a really cool paper on proteins and cells. And like it sounds really cool, but he vanished for like a week. So how are you doing? How are you going? I did. Done with the semester now. Hooray! Congrats! 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 And I since you last been here, we reached 280,000 words, and now we have a new goal. So for June, yeah, I took a big break from the internet. That's cool. But we miss you, dude. We miss you. I highly recommend it. I'm not taking any breaks from the internet anytime soon. I like the internet. Thank you. And you're on stream with a bunch of cool writers whose streams I write, so I'm gonna catch up with him later. On stream review are David Spidey. He's a Portuguese writer, so he writes his fantasy books and it's awesome. Birdie is an editor. She makes editing streams. She's awesome. Channel Jarp's a writer. He's going to be writing in a few minutes. He's awesome, and I'm gonna watch it all. What about you? Like, now that you're free and like now that you reach your goal, what are you going to be doing, Alexandre? Minha gente, eu não roubo coisas porque my character is demanding a moon rock today. All these shout outs, all this love. Thank you for popping in, Channel Jar. Like, it makes it easier to find. I'm reading Gabriel Garcia Marquez right now. Memórias de Mis Putas Tristes. Okay, it sounds like a really heavy book. There's a swear word in the title, so I have a bunch of books lined up for the summer break. Whoa! I have your recommendation list, your top five down here. I haven't actually managed to start on any of them, so I apologize, but I have looked up a few and I plan to pick them up. Thank you for the recommendations. I should really like if I ever manage to have a sharpie again. I'm gonna make a heart poster just for you, Birdie, just to haze it to you when you're around. Like I really need a dry eraser thing so I can just make a heart here and and swing heart at you from way over here. But today it's blank, like because I don't have one. So we're gonna do it by hand. And I'm rambling. I should be writing. I should be writing. Sorry. Não seria bem em consonância com a minha marca. Seria, viajante. Eu não roubo coisas porque eu quero. I've got to go, but I'll try to be by before the app's show. Have a wonderful rest of the stream. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, all you guys who are watching. Like, thank you, for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening too, Birdie. I don't know what you're up to, but be awesome. Be safe. Thank you for streaming. Oh, thank you for being here. Decoração na minha casa. Meus crimes geralmente tem tem uma temática. Catarina doesn't want to steal something valuable because it doesn't fit in with her brand of thievery. Like, you got to stay on brand, even if you're a thief. Não seria bem em consonância com a minha marca. Seria ver, gente, eu não roubo coisas porque eu estou a fim de ter uma nova decoração na minha casa. Os crimes geralmente têm uma temática. E qual seria? Catarina instalou a língua em reprovação. Now that bird is gone, we can talk shit about her. I don't want to talk shit about her. I like Birdie. But thank you for being here, Jar. Like, you can talk about it if you want, but I will defend her even in her absence, as I would defend you if she was talking shit about you. I was talking to chat earlier. I was thinking about setting up like probably this month at least, like I won't have channel points yet. I was thinking about setting up a probably tomorrow. Have finished setting up a Streamlabs loyalty point setup, so you guys can um so you guys can put more, like increase the word count goal and make me suffer, or I have a few ideas, like I have a few rewards. I intend to make the chat a bit like like Mario Kart. I will let you guys mess with each other, like so it will be a big battle between everyone watching because I want to see the world burn. Ah. Do I get all of the Chris points? I don't know what you named them yet. Like, right? Maybe writer friendly points. I don't know. Tempting offer. Um, what? Talking shit about Birdie? Like, I don't. Paradox points. That is a great name. You're good at naming stuff. I know. That's a great name. And it's buffering. I'm talking too much and not writing enough. We haven't earned the 17% yet. Moonstones. That's a good idea too. Like, or could be literal moons. Like, we could trade moons or planets between ourselves, or stars, or solar systems, or universes, or alternate timelines. I think alternate timelines might be a good a good currency to trade in. Catarina instalou a língua em reprovação. Não sabe me dizer? Eu passei um dia com você. Não tem o contexto todo. Me falta o resto do contexto. Me falta o resto do contexto. Muito bem. Meus roubos. Muitas vezes em duas frentes. First to that, I forgot to ask. Um, have you you guys wrote a prompt tonight? Yes. What was the prompt? And um, what did you write? So still, let's update the counter. A gente faz o update do contador de palavras. It's still 17%, but now we earn it. It's actually 17%, not rounded up. Muito bem. Meus roubos muitas vezes têm duas frentes. Ajudam a resolver direcionar dinheiro para uma causa social. E eles. We are 42% of our goal for today. We have done 42% of what we need for today. Oh, we have to go, Davi Spidey. Thank you for stopping by. Obrigada por parar por aqui. I really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for stopping by. And when you're streaming, let me know because I really want to watch your stream. Yeah, I think you're an awesome writer. And então, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Sem problemas. Bom dia. Bom dia pra você. Deve ser umas 3 horas em Portugal. Até pensaria em ir pra cama mais cedo, mas vi online e pensei em deixar ao menos oi. Obrigada! Thank you! Singing in the rain. Yes, I love singing in the rain, Alexandre. I really love it. Like, eh, the backstage is a bit of a horror story, one after another, but I really love singing in the rain because I really love musicals. But anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your evening, Davi Spidey. I don't know if I said that. Então, tenha um bom fim de noite. Ou manhã. Bons sonhos. Me too. It's my favorite musical. Yay! What's your favorite song from Singing in the Rain? I think mine might just be Good Morning, but I'm really partial to actual Singing in the Rain. Meus roubos muitas vezes têm duas frentes. Moses supposes. Moses supposes, supposes. I wrote this. I really shouldn't sing it because I am not a singer. But I know the song. I love the choreography too much. I love it too. I think like the whole movie, like because it's singing the rain is a medley is a tribute to a composer. Like it's a tribute to Broadway songs from like actually I think I'm wrong, but it's a tribute to songs that were Broadway songs before. So they actually put in a lot of work in it, right? Mm, I think the only song that was actually no, none of the songs, if I recall, were actually original. They were all songs that were previously in other movies. So they felt under a lot of pressure to make good versions of the songs, which is funny because like the movie is so iconic that we mostly don't remember the originals. Oh, interesting! I didn't know that. Yeah, I actually I have mm, the DVD, like in the DVD extras. You could look them up maybe um because they are interesting. Someone mentions that in the DVD extras there are all of the old versions of the songs. They are all from older movies, like from the 20s. So people felt like in sets they felt really pressure to perform because the people who were going to the theater watch singing in the rain already loved the songs. The story was original, but they already loved the songs. Eles ajudam a redirecionar dinheiro para uma causa social e eles love me some good movie trivia. Yeah, me too. Like I I pretty much like live in DVD extras. I really love them when I can watch them. And actually, musicals are my favorite type of movie. So extra songs, yes, please. Other people performing the numbers, whoa, I'm down for it. Thank you. Hang on, I need to get the wire out of the way. Muito bem, meus roubos muitas vezes têm duas frentes. Ele ajuda a direcionar dinheiro para uma causa social. Incriminar alguém, que geralmente está causando todo o outro problema. What other musicals? Like, have you watched other musicals? Do you have any recommendations? Like, I really love musicals. Musicals are the actual best. Eu passei um dia com você. Me falta o resto do contexto. Muito bem. Suponho que seja justo, Rio Catarina. Os roubos muitas vezes têm duas frentes. Eles ajudam a direcionar dinheiro para uma causa social e eles ajudam a criminar alguém, que geralmente está causando todo um outro problema. Hum, hum, Juntou as sobrancelhas. De novo, gente, o primeiro rascunho ele geralmente não é bonito, ele é escrito, né? Então, do you like happy endings? Yes, I do. I much prefer. Hi, Unsatiable, by the way. Unsatiable 1776. I need glasses at this hour of the night. I can't see the screen anymore. I love happy endings. You hate happy endings. Fair enough. Do you like sad endings then, or open endings? What kind of endings do you like? Puros, que o dono. Catarina sorriu. So, I like bad endings, but bad as in sad, or bad as in badly written endings. Because I never know, like, with you, I never know Insatiable. So, which one is it? Sad and horrible. Fair enough. Which is your, what's your favorite book or story that you told me you don't read much? What's your favorite sad ending? Because then maybe there could be a sequel. Yeah, but happy endings also. That's a good reason to like a sad ending. Cool. Using over and she's happy, right? But happy endings can also have a sequel because happily ever after doesn't actually exist. Like it lasts for a little while and then they are unhappy again. So let's deal with this conflict. Rio Dono está em apuros? Catarina sorriu. Espero que esteja. Se não estiver, I'm a fan of bad endings. Of endings like, okay, it's a series and not too invest. If it's a series and not too invested in, I like a happy ending, then I never think about it again. Akira Kurosawa wasn't afraid to let the villain in just to make a more powerful statement. But if I'm very invested, I want a horrible. Okay, the villain win just to make a more powerful statement. Sure enough. But I'm very invested. If I'm very invested, I want a horrible ending where there has to be a sequel so I can get more. Okay, so okay, we have two fronts here. I don't have anything against um bad endings. I think like especially if the goal is to have the villain win, it's a good device to end in a bad note. Like if the hero is supposed to fail. Um, about sequels, like I never looked at bad endings this way. That's a very optimistic way to look at tragic endings insatiable. Like I really like this view of bad endings because it implies that it isn't over until the ending is happy. Espero que esteja, se não estiver é um pouco. É meio que um desperdício. Eu estar me dando todo esse trabalho. Os olhos de Catarina voltaram a ter aquele brilho entusiasmado que 51 mais o 23 suspeitava já haver se que nunca veria nos olhos de sua Catarina. I think we can make a note here. The protagonist is like very her Catarina, like she owns Catarina. Um, Avengers should have ended with Infinity War. Change my mind. Like I actually like Endgame, Alexandre. I like Infinity War was good, but I actually like Endgame. Thanos did nothing wrong. Purple Boy was right. That ending was so poetic. He was like one of those Roman emperors who steps down to life as a peasant, having finished his service. Like, okay, I respect that. That Infinity War was a good movie. I'm so thankful for Endgame though. Like, I didn't actually go to watch Infinity War in the movie theater, so I can't imagine what it's like because superhero movies are supposed like, by the way, spoilers if you haven't watched Infinity War, but superhero movies are supposed to be cheerful, right? You go to watch a superhero movie because the hero always wins, and that was such a costly defeat. I went to see it at the theaters, and everyone was dead silent when the credits rolled by. It must have been like a festival of no, and then mourning, just grief. Possamos ter uma transição aqui. 581 se referindo a Catarina do. Have you ever written a sad ending? Um, I don't actually like. I appreciate the sad endings exist, but I actually have a lot of trouble writing them because I get sad and life is already sad. So, um, bringing it to my touching is a bit heavy. So I haven't actually written them, but there are sad endings in the works, like not necessarily like I'm not saying this book in particular ends badly, but I have some stories in the works that will definitely do. And who knows, maybe like it's a book series, maybe some of those books might and Sally. Do you have an ending in mind before you write, or do you not plan out the far ahead? I actually plan out everything basically. I have this is the outline for this thing right here, color coded. Is the outline for this book in the book series. Oh, and I moved everything. Yeah, damn it. It's the outline for this book in the book series. And this is just for the book. I have the whole series outlined. So I plan quite a lot ahead, but I don't plan the details. I We tend to say there are two types of writers, right? The outliners and the pantsers or the discovery writers, whatever you like to call them. I prefer to outline the main idea and discover the details, like I'm doing now. The speech and writing in red are things that are not in the main outline. They are details. So I know how the story ends. I started with an idea in mind and I generally stick to the outline pretty closely. But I like my words like when I start like structural lines, like a drawing artist making a skeleton of of a character. There is no face, there is no detailing, and I feel it in as a write. So I didn't know like last month even that I was going to write so many scenes about moon rocks and a character that once one of them. We should update the word counter because it's buffering. When it buffers, we update the word counter. 18% is not actually 18%. The counter lies. It's 17.5%. It's 17.5%. Don't just hatch meio por cento. I need a progress bar that doesn't round up. It's anticlimactic. Do you pull from your real life experiences or make bullshit for up for stars? Well, it's sci-fi. I would argue since it's science fiction, I do both. Like it's science fiction, so we don't actually have that phrase and freeze rays and we don't actually travel from one universe to the other, but we actually have a lot of the problems. A lot of the people are inspired in people that actually exist, and a lot of the things are metaphors for actual things. So a mixture of both, I'd say. Tem uma transição aqui de 581 azul se referindo a Catarina no universo 1. Tomando posse. A minha Catarina. For characters and interactions, not the settings, because obviously sci-fi has to have made up stuff. For the characters, a lot of them are based on situations and people I know. The settings, more or less, like I have more mundane settings. Like here is an actual city, so there is familiar stuff, and I have settings that are like the end of the universe. So even so, there is some research that goes into it. I want to know what the universe looks like after all the stars have gone out. So I look what the scientists think it's going to look like by the time all the stars die and it's so dark. If anything, sci fi articulates real life society through what if scenarios. Yes, that's what I like about sci fi. Like, you can put, because it generates some distancing, it sort of has a similar effect to a history book because, like, you not in the sense that it's factual, but in the sense that you take it less personally than if it's set in a realistic scenario. So you can ask um more out there, more like you can ask wilder questions without worrying that it will um hit too close to home and still have your audience identify. Hum, Definindo. Então, gradualmente virá a minha Catarina. Outra opção é ter ao contrário. Ela tem um padrão em que ela se refere a Catarina chefe. Outra opção é ter ao contrário. Ela tem um padrão em que ela se refere a Catarina chefe, então ela tem surge a necessidade de que ela organize suas Catarinas. So let's see again. The scene is about like they are discussing moon rocks. Katarina from University wants one, and she's convincing the protagonist to go get one for her, like to actually go to the moon using her future technology and get her a moon rock. And they end up discussing like there are moon rocks on Earth in exhibition in museums, and Katarina is a thief. She steals from museums regularly. So why doesn't she just steal one that is already at a museum? And Katarina is like, no, that's off brand for me. Like my brand doesn't work like that. I commit a certain kind of crime. Like she's sort of gentleman kind of thief. Like Carmen Sandiego is a archetype of thief. She doesn't steal for herself. She steals because she has a sort of brand of of how she sets up the theft. And her brand is to get someone who is doing money laundering using art in trouble. So 51 azul 23 suspeitava que nunca veria nos olhos de sua Catarina, Catarina do universo 1. Ok. Katarina from Universe 3 is a lot more enthusiastic and open than Katarina from Universe 1. So, that's a difference. A Catarina do Universo 3 é mais entusiasmada que a Catarina do Universo 1. Guys, I need to go get some water because my has run out. And without water, it's hard to speak. I will be right back. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your presence. Eu vou precisar buscar água. Porque a minha acabou. E é difícil falar sem água. Eu volto daqui a pouco. Eu espero que vocês fiquem por aqui. Mas se vocês forem pular de stream enquanto me esperam voltar, se você é brazuca, tem uma mangaka online desenhando. So I hope you guys stay around. But if you decide not to, while I grab me some water, may I at least make you a recommendation? There is another writer online, Hayden writes, and he's awesome. So the shout I can't English right now. But the shout outs to people online are Haben writes in English, and generally he reviews fantasy stuff from other writers. And Midoriko is Brazilian and draws a lot. She's working on her comic book today. I think like we support other writers, right? I think it's important to like the Twitch community. I think it's important to support other writers. Because if you support one of us, you support all of us. So I'm gonna go grab some water, and hopefully you guys will still be here when I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. Did you miss me? I'm sorry, I hit the microphone. Voltei. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alexandre. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and thank you for sticking around. I brought some water. So far we are 56% of today's goal, like of the way to today's goal. So that's not bad. A little more, and we should actually get it. Like maybe by the time giraffe streams today, we'll actually we actually have reached our goal. Okay, let's stop dilly dallying, or else I'm not going to reach my goal tonight. Um, Outra opção é ter ao contrário. Ela tem um padrão em que ela se refere. Ok. Mas não fuja do assunto, viajante. Os ódios de Catarina. No matter how many words you get, it's still more words than you had yesterday. Thank you, Jeff. That's really optimistic of you. Thank you so much for the optimistic view of it. That's true. Like any. Oh, sorry. I needed an dash, not a plug right now. But um, yes, that's a really optimistic way to look at it. Look at that 300k, massive, ambitious, unprecedented. Not like massive and ambitious it is. Like it's the largest thing I have ever written. I generally at least split into novellas. But unprecedented, I don't think it is. I think it's an average George R. R. Martin book, like lengthwise. But thank you guys for the support. Um, ok, oitava. A partir de agora, você me deve uma pedra da lua. Cinco oito um azul 23 colocou as mãos na cintura. Mas se eu trouxer uma pedra da lua, você vai saber me dizer? Did you know the most expensive piece of English literature is Smash Bros. Raw from fiction, clocking in at more than 4 million words? No, I didn't. Seriously? Really? That's awesome. That's so awesome. Are you for real? Like, is that in the Guinness Book or anything? Some fiction writers going where no one has gone before. true. I don't doubt it, but does anyone has like? Is anyone keeping track of that? Like, does anyone have a record or something? Like, and is the fanfic still online? I suppose it is, right? It's the biggest thing ever written, so is at least like a good fanfiction, or is it like just lengthy and boring? Se eu trouxesse pra você uma pedra no quintal joguinho na Catarina Mar. It's not published, so it's kind of a technicism. It's not published like it's not printed, right? But it is on the internet. Is it not? Exactly. It's up on the internet. Still being written. It's still being written. The author is not done. 5 million words is a lot of words, even if they're really prolific. Like some authors manage miracles, like a slow writer. Some authors manage like 5,000 words a day. But even if you do that, it's a lot of days to write 4 million words. Like the person spending years of their lives writing the fanfiction, it's still not done. Obviously, it cannot be published due to copyright issues. Um, that's a technicality. Like you can publish anything, you just can't make money out of it. Like because technically, it is every fiction is copyright infringement, but since most fanfiction is not made for money, authors don't mind. It's a whole can of worms to open. We learn with in Rice it's not good to hunt down your fans who write fanfiction in their spare time. So, but technically he could book binding, or she could. I don't know who is writing the fanfiction, or they could. Book binding is not up to the task of doing it in a single book, but you could make a book collection and like do a Kickstarter charging just the cost of the print. a tough market for a writer to be successful, like Hemingway was successful, for instance. Um, okay. I I don't know the specifics of Hemingway. Sorry. There are unseen cultural favors that their favorite here are tankies, horses. Oh, yeah. True enough. I'm missing the reference about Hemingway. What is it about Hemingway? I like an uncultured pig. I don't know. I don't know how, in which way Hemingway was successful other than he is a classically remembered author. I didn't even sleep in that class. It just never had a class. We study Brazilian authors in Brazil. Hemingway's writing style coincided with U.S. expansionism into the Caribbean and Latin America. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you mean. So it was mostly opportunity, right? Introduced Spanish culture in the United States. Mm, okay, I see. I see what you mean. But yeah, the every author deals with um everyone deals like we can't predict what's going to happen, and in terms of art we can predict like if it's going to hold or not. Like look at Van Gogh for instance. Like he sold I think one painting in his whole life, and after he died someone looked at his paintings and said, oh, there's a genius. So um, we can't quite predict like mm, how like what's going to happen when we make something creative. Trouxesse para você uma pedra do quintal de alguém. Dona Catarina Macho, você ia saber me dizer a diferença entre o artigo genuíno e o artigo falso? Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate, but certainly reinforces the idea of achieving a sort of immortality through your art. Um, yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't believe in achieving immortality through art because, like, see, what one of the like we don't know what's going to survive. One of the oldest texts we have is a complaint note someone sent to a salesman because the person adulterated the order of copper. Like, and we know the name of the guy, so you could argue the salesperson who adulterated the their client's metal is immortalized, and they didn't produce art in their life. They just scam people. So you never know, like you never know what the human race is going to remember and what it isn't going to remember. Chris, rock, rocking a Robin shirt. Who do you think? Yeah, this is my favorite superhero shirt. My wardrobe is composed of um anime stuff and superhero stuff. So this is my first favorite. Like this is my favorite superhero shirt that I own. It's the Robin one. Tales isn't creative though. Creating something or nothing like literature is akin to magic to me. Yeah, I quite like it as well. That's why I'm in this business. Yeah, I think it's a kind of magic. Like, indeed, like there are some things that I think like they are quite puzzling if you think about it. Like, arts is one, and then programming is another. Um, other arts something that I think like other than writing, something I get like it blows my mind every time I see it is acting. Like I don't get how people can do acting with their bodies. The same thing, like writing is fantastic if you think about it. Like our brain is basically like it's it's this sponge like organ inside our heads, and this comes out of it. How? Um, Writing, we are a code on Twitch that support each other. Exactly, Ross. I hope like not actually a code, but we are actually support the writing community on Twitch is really cool. Like the writers on Twitch are really supportive, and I am delightfully surprised to find that out. Like I joined Twitch last month, and the writers have been unbelievably welcoming. Like I just have good things to say about them. Aztec philosophy defined art as making certain materials lie, and this is essentially the same as a magic trick. It's an illusion indistinct from reality in many ways. That's so deep. I love it. I love these conversations. Like I love that we are talking about writing like a magic trick. And, thank you guys. So the document's buffering re-updates the counter. I don't think it moved, but now we actually earned the 18% that the screen showing. The progress bar hound rounds up, so we are 61% of the way through our goal tonight. So another another 400 words and we reach our goal. So we are magicians who teleport people to our words. Yes, that's an awesome concept, isn't it? Like, and now we need are ink some ink on a page, some words on a page. It's, I come from a scientific background, but writing is an absolute essential tool for communicating any kind of idea. It's a shame creative writing isn't emphasized in my field. How the like that's an interesting take. I never thought about it that way. Like How do you think creative writing would help you actually, like, would help you more in your field? Like, I like the idea of people from scientific backgrounds writing creatively, but I'm thinking in terms of fiction. Like, you could teach us a lot of things by telling us stories, which are sort of the purpose of stories, right? You tell stories to pass along um things to other people. Generally, in creative writing, modern creative writing, we pass emotions. When we write a story like this, I am trying to make you feel a specific thing, while maybe engaging you in a discussion or make you think about things you never thought. Um, do you think, like, how, I'm curious, how do you think it would affect you, um, if there was more creative writing in your field? I come from a historic background, and it has a little bit more freedom because you speculate. Yes, that's true. Humanities in general, like, um, eh, in humanities, creative writing is very useful, but, like, even so, there in humanities, like, in fields like history, there are limitations to how creative writing tends to be used in an academic environment mm, versus what we like to read. Like, I don't know, and I never, like, in my history classes, never a teacher went like, "Oh, look, here's a romanticized version of the time period. Let's read it together." So there's a big gap in scientific knowledge and public understanding. Bridging that gap is truly a matter of being a good writer. Scientific writing is code and impersonal in order to maintain a tone of objectivity. But all science, deep down inside, is about understanding our own reality. It can be stylistic, personal, and engaging without compromising objective truth. Sorry for the rant. No, I agree. The rant is awesome. I really agree. I also think, like, um, I think that's one of the roles of hard science fiction, right? We deal in hard science fiction with scientific topics, and that helps um, bridge a little bit um, scientific discoveries, present scientific discoveries in layman's terms. So that's one thing. But, like, I really in favor of people writing complex stuff in ways people who don't have, like, specific knowledge in the field can understand, because that's the utmost democratization of knowledge. So I really support that. I do love how science and history complement one another. Do you consider history a form of science or literature, or is it neither? Well, I don't know what like, I haven't read that far down, but I would like to pitch in with my answer. I consider it a form of science, like, because it has to do with facts, and it has to change the account as we find out new stuff. So I Raz answered he sees it as in between and neutral, because we have both in it. History is almost all aspects together, like science, religion, literature, and so much more. Alexander says there was this big recent debate in anthropology as to whenever ethnography was a form of literature disguised as science, and I have found that there really is no consensus in academia about this issue. Yeah, that's true. Like right now, there's no consensus because like people tend to think about science as things that you can measure up. Like if you have statistics about the thing, if you have mathematics involved, like it's more factual, so people tend to think of it as more scientific. Whereas in the humanities, you have to deal with different points of view on the matter. It's not like absolute, so I can see how like this was a discussion we had a lot as well, because in humanities your point of view creates a bias that independently of what you do um changes what sort of research come out. So history is a broad um is broad though because it covers everything that really happened in the past. Yeah, that's true, but there is a bias, isn't it? Like if you catch like more recent history, we tend to emphasize um like account something as heroic or tragic, and it's just the emphasis we give. But the primary sources can often be biased, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ocean. Like it's still a text subject to their author own biases and perspective. Uh, I think like about the subject, I'll like my I'll give my 2 cents, not because I am anybody like but because this is a topic that's actually relevant to this sci-fi I'm writing um on historical biases. They aren't limited to points of view. They are limited to who gets to make history. Like um, for instance, we were discussing literature just now, right? um in Brazil, we just recently like made more important an author than used to be more obscure because at the time she lived, she was a black woman in the 60s and 70s, and the bias of the time didn't allow her to be as important as she was considered later. So it's like there's also this sort of like bias in terms of we filter who can make the history books, and a lot of our filters alter like a lot of painters we have, a lot of artists are credited for paintings they didn't really paint, or credited for text they didn't really write, because behind them there were people who couldn't actually get the credit, and we are always having to um check if that was right, if we need to change something in the registers. Ross says there is a bias, but my field of knowledge is in history of the 1600s to 1900s. I mainly focus on the tragedies and the war. Just like Hemingway, those whose writing favor the status quo are passed along the annals of history, while the others are suppressed to obscurity, later to be rediscovered like Van Gogh. Exactly. it's it's a crazy thing to think about it because, like, basically you never know, like something that seemed completely irrelevant and flew under the radar could be completely relevant 300 years later. It depends on social context. Where are we and what's important? So I think history has a bias in that sense. We focus on what is important, and looking at history, we get to see like um, what we consider important because in the time period, because it's what survived. What did we worry about preserving? I'm sorry, I'm rambling and I'm not an expert in history. You guys should discuss it. That was my 2 cents. I'll go back to writing. Essas pedras ou luas são parecidas com as da Terra 581, três colocou as novas pinturas. E se eu trouxesse para você uma pedra do quintal de alguém, Dona Catarina Marte? Você ia saber me dizer a diferença entre o artigo genuíno e o artigo e o falso? Não olhando para a pedra. Mas você já viu a sua cara? Menina, você é mais transparente que uma janela. We come for the ramblings. Thank you, Jack. So you're going to be happy because I ramble a lot. But I need to get to move on, or else I won't hit my word count goal tonight like before the time runs out for this thing. So I took the rambling. Oh, thank you, Alexandre. Thank you, guys. I'm fuzzy on the 1600s and mainly in the tragedies and wars of the 1800s and 1900s. 70, 76 is the only time that matters. Okay, insatiable. I'm almost afraid to ask, considering still. But what happened in 1776? Why is it in your name? I forgot to ask. I'm sorry. I'm so mean to you. I'm so sorry, insatiable. I promise I'll get better. For America, 1783 really is the most important. 1998 really, 1898 really is the year. You guys are citing dates. I don't know what happened in any of them. Like, on July 4th, 1776, the Declaration explained why the 13 colonies at war with the Kingdom of Great Britain regarded themselves as 13 independent sovereign states, no longer under British rule. The start of the story. Oh, okay. Um. Okay, so the war started in 1776 and independence was declared in 1783. So that's cool that even if it didn't happen immediately, it's cool to know that um, there was like that was the start. The year of Spanish Empire truly died off, and the US asserted itself as the most powerful ultramarine empire in the world. Okay. Um, I only like 70, 76 because it starts the story to start a country. That's a fair enough that's a excellent reason to like 1776. Was in July the 4th. What day was it then? It was July the 4th, 1783, right? Uh, do we have a date for 7276? We we generally don't keep those dates, do we? É mais transparente que vidro. Okay. It was August 2nd. Dude, for history, never trust Wikipedia. What is celebrated the 4th of July for every year? It is the independence in again. I best not I best keep my mouth shut. I'm not American. I have no idea what year it was. It was 4th of July some year, right? But I think um it- because they moved the date, but the real sign of the declaration was August the 2nd. Seriously, I did not know that. I'm being educated on American history right now. Não, olhando pra pedra, mas você já viu a sua cara? Moça, você é mais transparente que vidro. Dá pra ler, dá pra ter uma bela ideia. It's like um, it's like the Brazilian Independence Day. Like we, it's September 7th, right? And Brazilian Independence Day is known by the line "Independence or Death" or "Death." Um, you got you got it, regardless of my accent. And like the emperor at the time, it was an emperor. Is was human to have shouted it out, but actually he was threatened by the elite in the independence, so that was like, okay, we have two choices: independence or death. And it was like, so people paint this historical figure of like him shouting out independence or death, and it's like he was really sick in the day of like Brazil became independent from Portugal, and he was really scared of the elite, and it was really cowardly and me. So we shouldn't move to the 2nd of August for when we shoot guns and the fireworks. The country never go for it because public acclaim history. Você já viu essa cara, moça? Você é mais transparente que vidro. Dá pra ter uma bela ideia. A culpa viria estampada na sua testa. No, we just want an excuse to get drunk and shoot stuff in the hair. The dates don't matter. Yeah, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think the country will never go for it because tradition, and people just want to get drunk and celebrate because it's fun. A culpa viria estampada na sua testa. Oh, Ross, the fact that you think your country sucks less is kind of patriotic still. Like, it's a backhanded backhanded patriotism. Culpa viria estampada na sua testa. Um, I hate to be unpatriotic, but in the revolution, yes, we had cause, but we committed atrocities that the books overlook. I don't have enough U.S. history knowledge um to argue with that, Ross. Você não me a suspeitar. Ah, não, você não me a suspirar. Basic burn people alive who didn't stand with us. Um, yeah, I think the whole world did that at some point. Like here too, and in Europe as well, and not talk long about sin. All empires have committed atrocities. There is no cause of American exception here. The patriots did nothing wrong. Yeah, again, I don't have enough history knowledge to take sides and go in depth, but our empires have committed atrocities is about right. Like, yeah, Ross, um, insatiable like is kind of a jokester, so don't let him rile you up too much. Like, guys, um, would you please behave in chat, or are going to have to start giving out timeouts, please? Like, as much as we all love a little fight, maybe we should change the topic. Oh, sorry. I hit my. I'm so sorry, Ross. So, Katarina is telling my protagonist she is too transparent. And that's now, thanks. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Really insatiable. If you force me to look up people to know whether you are being like um whether I need to time you out or not, we are going to have a problem. Algum tipo específico de piada que eu traga de volta pra você? To change a subject for how is your work on story coming? Thank you, Ross. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. We are chatting softly here because things got tense. Um, how is our work on story coming? So we are about 70% through with our goal for today, and we are writing a scene about moon rocks. Katarina from university really wants a moon rock for no reason, and she's making her buddy from another universe get them to her. So, Katarina is asking like 581 Blue 23 actually is asking if she um wants something specific from the rocks. She wants a specific kind of rock, and Katarina is like, "Ah, they are moon rocks. You bring whatever you feel like." What was the prompt tonight, Birdie? Since you're here, today was prompt night for Birdie and Giraffe. One sec. Oh, the section. Oh, the seconds. Sorry. Forgot I said that. Oh, the seconds you need. You know, fiction proper. A couple who seems to have an ideal marriage announces they are getting divorced. Their best friends, another married couple, reevaluated their relationship and made big changes. That seems awesome. That really seems awesome. Like, did you post it? Like, are we reading it in someone's stream sometime? Because I really want to read your prompts. Maybe I'll ask permission to read some of them in a future stream. I bet the results were interesting. They're up in the Discord. You can read mine in the stream if you want. Not today because if I do, I won't reach the word count. I might not reach the word count anyway. I'll just sprint the rest of the way. Like we have 20 minutes. It's almost 1 a.m. here, and we have 20 minutes into Giraffe's string starts, and I intend to rate him when he does. Okay, gotta reach your word count. I'll try. Então, a gente tá. Falta 20 minutos até 1 da manhã, né? E a gente vai tentar fazer uma raid pro coleguinha Jurep que faz stream a 1 da manhã todo dia. Ah, we don't normally read the midweek ones on our streams unless they become part of a project. Oh, I see. I see, I see. But you get more time to write the midweek ones, right? It's not every Sunday. Jorap's channel does prompt day in which we all gather around and write short stories. Let me shout him out properly. He's not actually. If you stick around, we'll hate him in 20 minutes. So if you want to know his thing, every Sunday is prompt night. But on Discord is it's actually you guys got more time there, right? Still just 1 hour, right? I love the prompts, but I'm not, as you can see, I'm not a fast writer. Qualquer pedra lunar boa, Sr. Catarina, o epítome do absurdo. Okay, so this scene is done. We are doing the next thing on our list because we crossed this out. So our protagonist has come back to Universe 1, where now we unmask a traitor. Like, there's someone stealing from Katarina of Universe 1 and no one ratted him out, so now we have to out him. I'm going to make a note here for brainstorm. Nice, please. You're a good writer. Thank you, Ross, considering, like, thank you. Thank you. But I don't write fast. I mean, in 1 hour, I generally, like, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, and I still haven't got the thousand words for tonight. The app only used 30 minutes because he's busy or has a job or something. Overachiever. Sabemos que quem desmascara a pessoa é o Carlos. Rocha está fora da jogada. De contrabandear o produto tá fora de herança. You can take more time if you want, but the initial idea is training people to sit down for a block of time and write the first thing that comes to mind. If you need more time, I can take it, but I ask people just to write for 1 hour, free of distractions. Cool. No one's terrible at writing, and that's not quite true, Ross. Some people are really like um really struggle. It's not that they are terrible, but some people really struggle at communicating what they mean with the writing words. So uma vez que Rocha está fora da jogada, o erro pode ser na hora de contrabandear o produto por fora de herança. A pessoa coloca sempre produtos a mais. A pessoa coloca sempre produtos a mais na lista. E agora ela I'm gonna be a bit silent for a while because I have about 12 minutes and 200 words to go, so let's sprint a bit. Um, I need to. Now I need a actually black and dash. Now the scene is out of place. Everything in red is either comments or scenes that should be somewhere else. Gonna fora do lugar. Enquanto 23. Microchip em faixa. Da mesma maneira. Na manhã seguinte. Ctrl comando dentro do prédio. Respeitando como sempre regras que não fosse ele em segurança, ele não consegue tirar. A superfície não havia nada de errado com ele, mas agora ela sabia. Imaginava, será que aquele microchip inibia o alívio que ele devia sentir ao tragar? Não é pego por seus hábitos de contrabando? Nunca seria. Thank you. I'll join you guys in a bit. I'll read the comments later too because I'm thinking fosse forçada a esquecer. Thank you for stopping by, really, really very much. Como sempre, regras que não fossem segurança teriam feito com que ele fosse forçado. Não é apego que precisava de contar. Imaginava. Aquele microchip inibia o alívio que ele devia sentir ao pagar. Passando a beber mais ou fumar mais do que de costume, só porque eu podia. Podia ver da tecnologia daquela época. Nada indicava que havia desenvolvimento suficiente para que fosse orgânico. Criava o comportamento e podia ser implantado em qualquer lugar do corpo. Que tipo de monstro era soberano? Okay, sprint done. Go for the day. Done. We need to update the progress bar. So, tudo bem. A gente terminou o objetivo do dia e a tempo. Então a gente faz o update da barra de progresso e eu dou o recap de hoje. So we make the recap for today. That's very basic. First, I would like to thank you guys that stuck with me. That you guys are awesome and really enjoy your presence, and you guys really brighten up my stream. Sorry if I like I don't know, I'm awkward. I don't know how to do stuff I'm learning. So sorry if I did something um, that you guys that was in a school. I really enjoy your presence here. Então, obrigada, gente, por estarem aqui. Vocês realmente alegam meu stream. Obrigada. É o tradicional, desculpa alguma coisa aí, né? um, so, recap. We convinced our protagonist to get some moon rocks from the actual moon for no reason at all other than she can. And the Catarina wants one. And we actually wrote a scene in which the protagonist um, considers, like, she realizes one of the people are under mind control. So um, she is considering the technology that's being used, that's not, it's anachronistic, it's a lot more advanced than the city of progress should have. What kind of monster is sovereign? Why do they have this technology? I'm going to read your comments now. I couldn't because I was thinking. So before she left, Birdie said it don't seem much of a problem to have much of a problem with it, but lots of people don't write a word because they get hung up on the details and are crushed by inner critics telling them that their first draft isn't perfect. Prompts practice getting words on page, get into mindset writing. That's a very important lesson. That is, the first draft doesn't have to be good. It has to be written. You edit later. Um, Alexander said, this string always gets me in the mood to keep on reading and writing. Keep up the good stuff. Thank you very much, Alexander. I really appreciate your presence and I really appreciate the discussions we have here. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Obrigada, gente, por estarem aqui. I'm gonna rate Channel Drop if he is online by now. Let's see. Yes, he is just online. So if any of you guys want to meet him, Jarp is a writer too. He writes in English. He has some really cool, like, he generally works on his novel. He's working on the final draft of his sci-fi novel right now. And he also does prompt nights. So if you guys want to see other writers writing, sometimes they show up at his stream and write there. Thank you guys again for your presence. Obrigada de novo pela presença. A gente vai fazer o raid do canal Jorp, que é um canal de escrita em inglês, né? E ele tem uma comunidade de escrita bem legal. So, we off to rating.